me down on the ground, but I hate this being jealous, cause I'm the right in their minds. In their minds, screw up with me, boy, don't go crying. In their minds, come on at me, boy, there's a fight. In their minds.
Here we go. Here's our starting 11 for Stallion Laguna FC, and they are in that familiar 3-4-3 formation. Pero ang daming bago dito here in this one, Belay.
Yes, there's a lot of new players coming on due to injury, and both teams looking to make a statement today.
Manila Digger also in contrast in a familiar formation, declaring the 3-4-3. So in theory, if both are in the same possession, skills will differentiate this game.
You know, Claro, I always love a rainy game. You know, nung player pa tayo dati, matagal-tagal.
Yeah, you were saying actually, as the pace can really change up in this one though.
It's perfect weather for slide tackling though as a defender.
Parang may konting pagka-aquaplaning, no? I'm just using some race car terminologies in this one. And mind you, this is a turf pitch, so walang potek here or there. And Rizal Memorial's turf does have a good reputation for being able to handle continuous rains. And I think you know even more given their experience, of course, with the likes of the national team, the PFF, you name it.
Well, ang importante dito today is how they will manage it. You know, you need to be smart when you're playing in this type of weather, madulas, pati yung bola madulas, so anything can happen.
And when we assess the two teams, no, when we are going to preview them, we apologize too for any technical difficulties. So can Digger hang with the big boys because this is the start of them facing the top-ranked teams or established PFL teams. Yung Stallion naman, as they are the top team, can they dictate the pace and continue to do so? But when we assess, no, Digger, let's get to them first. They blew a 2-0 lead actually against Tuloy FC, but managed to win. As we said, there was the heroics, right, from their players. We'll get in more detail later. But what's like your assessment here dito para sa squad ni Coach Bong Liman?
Yeah, well, they need to stand up to the way that Stallion dictates the game and kind of put their touch also in it.
Some loose touches. It's in the middle. Jata, Jahana, still with big boy Jata. He takes it. Denied the follow-up shot and the opener for Manila Digger. One of the fastest goals in the season. Scoring in the third. And it is Jerome Marzan, a veteran again. He's been in and out of teams. And as our colleagues pointed out, it's been quite difficult for him given the loaded rosters he's been a part of. Treacherous conditions, or there's tricky conditions. You said you enjoy it.
Yeah, you know, it's difficult, but you know, it's you have to be smart, like I said about it. And that in that instance, there, Stallion really needed to get the ball out of that box as soon as they can, because as I said, anything can happen. And nangyari nga, ilang error na nangyari sa Digger, pero nakuha pa rin nila and natapos on a deflection.
And with Stallion, we saw they did not get to clear it out, right? Shot after shot. You're describing it as an error because you expected better from them.
Definitely.
As they'll try to carry on quickly when you refer to Stallion Laguna. Di pa tapos yung pre-game preview actually, and then they score already.
Yes. So yun nga, and the way Stallion have to play and the makeup of their team, kailangan talaga sila ang mag-dictate ng play, and that's really their strength. We know them. They get their confidence when they're attacking trio. Notice, wala nga si Dorado today, pero that attacking trio on top is able to really dictate the pace of the game.
That attacking three of Stallion is very formidable. There's Christian Ivanovsky on the left, Finn McDaniel up front, Juan Galeana Trujillo on the right. Ivanovsky was actually one of their standout players in AFC competition last time around. And even when they were competing against eventual champions, Central Coast Mariners, you could even make the case he was the best player on the pitch. He was able to hang with top players from the Australian League. As here's Ashley Flores, a colleague of yours. He's a coach in the women's national team. Isn't that right?
Yes, of course. And we were teasing him after he scored that winning goal last game na That should be thanks to the additional training and fitness he gets training with the girls.
So you were teasing to Ashley and to Coach Pong Liman, isn't that right? Coach Pong Liman from of Manila Digger, someone you also worked with in the past.
Yes. Sabi ko kay Coach Liman, magpasalamat siya at nakapag-training ng maayos si Ashley kasama ng team. So si Pong Liman, former player of San Beda and of course former player of Loyola Meralco Sparks.
Can I also flip it? So, dahil kay Coach Ashley Flores, the performance of the girls were great on the pitch in the Asian Cup. That was quite a fun team to watch, of course, with
Yes.
the U17 Filipinas.
Yes, of course. Yung quality ni Coach Ashley on and off the pitch, malaking bagay talaga.
As Juanito gets it, but the flag is up from our assistant referee, and it looks like it's a foul. And there's your referee pictured. I see Raymart de los Santos, and he is assisted by the likes of fourth official Rodney Leble. So it's over to the back now. Their skipper will try to sort it out. Now in the middle, Marfiga. Marfiga from De La Salle University. Season 85, or last calendar year, was his final UAAP year. As Toto Bedia couldn't deny that switch. And it's played through to Big Boy Jata. Offside is up. And Salifu Jata has some work cut out. Kailangan niya bumawi because he was contained by the young Tuloy FC squad, who were, maybe the best way to put it, half his height.
Half his height and probably very, very quick.
That's true. As they try to get this one on target, there was the tallest player of Tuloy, Brian Villanueva, about a head and a half much shorter. But he got to hang with him and keep up. As here's Christian Ivanovsky, the quality he delivers, cross like that. As one shot was denied by Ibarle, even better defending from Dean Ibarle.
Sabi nga nila, Claro, that football is not about height.
Is it about heart? Bali.
Always.
Oh, there you go. I got it right. Yeah. As Christian Ivanovsky headed over to the other side to give us an out swinger. Bodies in the box. This one went to the near post. Cleared off to the center. Charles Pickering playing right center back. Not his wing back position that he's played over this season. But what just shows his versatility, he is actually a natural striker. But Coach Ernie, as we know, with all his wisdom, sees something in the young star. As the flag is still up, they try to switch it over. No good, as Theo will return this. So we spoke about Digger earlier, right? And we just dissected that crew. But with Stallion, they've been able to score in all of their games. But one, mind you. And that was their loss to Davao Aguilas Yumac FC of Coach Aber John Rusgal. As they send this one, Ashley Flores contra Pickering. A veteran and a youngster. The youngster getting charged with the foul. Because mind you, when we look at it, Bella, talking about offense, Stallion, they've scored 40 goals in 7 games.
Let me take a look at the defense just being charged by Manila Diggers, and Pickering doing what he needs to do, but might have caught a bit of Ashley Flores' ankle here.
Ashley Flores came on as a super sub last game. He did check in early again as they were struggling in finding their offense, and Ashley Flores changed it up. So now they have this free kick from the left. And there's Ibarle and fan favorite Daiki Jahana, one of their foreign players. I see Jahana. Digger also do have their formidable foreign players. But as we've emphasized in the previous games and in this season, their homegrown players play such a big role here. Whistle is blown. Let's see how they will sort this one out. Jahana going for the back post. And Pepito sent it to the back or outside. Salifu Jata was asking, I think, for a handball, and it was cleared off by the likes of Placito and company. Finn McDaniel 1-2. Always a threat regardless of the number of defenders. And it is a goal kick though, unfortunately, for that man right there. But you love that as your goalkeeper. You didn't have to do anything. Good job to the defense.
Yeah, the patience of the goalkeeper of Manila Digger there, just waiting as his defense takes care of Finn McDaniel, the lone striker of Stallion Laguna FC on top.
And of course, with your playing experience, there's a picture of you with the national team. You were a goalkeeper, so you do have that experience to guide us in that position. Pepito will try to reset. Jason Pepito, the number 1 last season for Coach Ernie Nieras. But with this influx of talent, he's been brought back to the bench, but here's a chance for him to shine. It's not Freddy Cortez, the usual for Laguna. Now it's still in Teo. Sent out, and it is a corner kick. And how do you assess the two teams, Pela, if you size them up one against the other? Let's put Jata aside. Pantay ba sila or someone with the advantage?
If you look at the on paper sa simula ng laro, no, you would think na being on top of the table, Stallion looked to come out strong here, scoring the first goal. But unfortunately, that was not the case for them. And Manila Digger are doing just enough to prevent their attacking trio from creating any really good chances here.
That's right. Although it's just 11 minutes in, no clear-cut chances when we look at it.
Yeah, when any of their key players are have the ball, they really have two on them right away when it's in the 6-yard box.
Because that 6-yard box, what keepers tell me, that's their territory. I believe when goalkeepers see their defenders getting in, they're not really comfortable. They want them to just stay outside of that 6-yard box. Is that what you felt with your experience? Or let's say with you as a coach, you name it.
Yeah, you have to claim your territory. Ganun naman talaga. Claim your territory. Dapat clear yung decision making, mabilis. And your leadership, telling your defenders when to come and take the man or when the ball goes to you directly.
There you go. Such a magnified position, you goalkeeper. They're not called to action every single time. But when they are, their actions are also magnified again. As there's a foul in the middle, it will stay with Manila Digger. Digger again in their yellow and black uniforms. That's yellow shirts, black shorts, yellow socks. Laguna of Coach Ernie Nieras in their all white. Both teams, mind you, are nursing have players nursing injuries, a great number. And this might actually favor Stallion because they have such a stacked lineup, especially with foreigners.
Yes, they do have a stacked lineup. Yun nga yung sinasabi natin na, Stallion is the one that everyone is expecting to come out on top for this game. Pero Manila Digger are coming out strong. They look determined to get some points out of this match.
Stallion again in number 1, Manila Digger with 5 wins already and 2 losses. And among the newcomers, they are actually the highest ranked. Come to think of it. As here was Minky Shin fouling Toto Bedia. A Placito and Dini Barley going at it too. I'm not surprised here about the guts, yung siga ni Dini Barley to talk to a guy who's how many heads taller?
And wider.
There you go. Mr. Or almost said it right away. Placito reminds you that Mr. Incredible build, come to think of it. Well, Placito holding midfielder again. He's been given that license from Coach Ernie. Placito really a center back. As Finn McDaniel drove this one in. It's into the box. Not a great touch to clear it. They're getting the job done so far. Digger trying to build up from the back. Dini Bard is sending it down the line. Pickering out for a throw-in. He just had to delay Salifu Big Boy Jata. Picture there. And in that last game, as we see a man down from Digger, Coach Pong Liman got the birthday win, mind you. But he did say he was not happy with their performance, but he was happy that they got the birthday win. Wasn't pretty, but they got it. And he did say Jata was actually a little nervous to body up the Tuloy boys being much taller. But let's get with that later on. But we'll turn it over pitch side to Naj Miravalis to give us an interesting report.
Thank you, Clara and Bella. Coach Ernie Nieras expresses sentiments, especially on how tough it would be playing games without the services of their leaders, Freddy Cortez, Adrian Sirigliano, and Ken Pride, which is why he will be expecting their bench players to step up today and the following weeks. But Coach is confident that their commitment and passion is there. It's just that they have to maintain the tempo and aggressiveness. Back to the panel.
Thank you very much, Nad. So, a great number of players injured now. That is why they've been forced to rotate them. But this is a test to their bench, actually, for Digger and Laguna.
That's how it is with longer seasons, playing these many intense matches. You're gonna have to be prepared, and your players on the bench have to be ready.
Asteo is trying to ask for a foul. But Digger get the job done again. And Kuriyama will resume play. There's Teo again pictured, donning the number 7 jersey for Laguna. And let's break down the numbers quickly. Finn McDaniel is still the leading scorer so far this PFL with 12 to his name. And right behind him are the likes of Harvey Gayoso and Ariel Newcomb. So he is the leading scorer for Laguna. Dito naman, para sa Manila Digger, Earl Pinheiro with 3 and Salifu Jato with 3 to his name too. But the catch is, wala si Pinheiro. He's injured.
Wala si Pinheiro, pero it opens up the door para mag-step up yung kanyang mga kakampi. And dito nga sa game na to, naka-step up na si Jerome Marzan with the opening goal to this match. Let's see how much more they can add on.
So the first of the season so far for Jerome Marzan. Just like a lot of players, a number of the Digger boys do come from Menjola or San Beda. It's no surprise, the Coach Pong Liman effect, right?
Yes, of course. And take a look at that, at Justin Peña on the ground after the whistle was blown, waiting for the referee to control the game or give a warning to Manila Digger player, but walang binigay.
Gotta play to the whistle, as we know. Let's address the elephant in the room. This is Justin Peña, not Jax. Fans might be asking in the comment section, oh, si Jax ba to? Or is this Jax? There you go. And then, I gotta applaud Coach Ernie. Because Coach Ernie actually interacts with everyone in the community. Fans, colleagues. And, with that, people were asking, saan daw si Jax? Because, Pilipinas Dragons, his team, did declare interest in the PFL. But Coach Ernie said, nope, Jax is with Stallion. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. We addressed the elephant in the room. Toto Bedia. Toto Bedia often the first man out of off the bench for Coach Ernie Nieras.
It was a great tackle by Flores there.
So there's Juan Galeana Trujillo, also known as Juanito, coming off a hat-trick performance. Ivanovsky. Looks like he was challenged to shoot for a moment but got dispossessed. Cleared up by Marzan, our goal scorer so far in this one. Salifu Jata versus Gabe Silva. Open goal, Pepito off his line, 3-on-1. Saw a little tug of the shirt. As he said, gotta play to the referee's whistle. And the challenging slide from Pickering. And he is furious, mind you.
It's a really intense game here between Stallion and Digger. Jata really fighting for the ball on his own, waiting for his teammates to come help him in attack. And him holding on to the ball, playing to the advantage. Pero na-foul nga and na-reward ng free kick itong Manila Digger in a dangerous area. Pero we see Pickering.
But Pickering was fine after coming or sliding up against Jata. And how often do you see a man, of course, be much taller than Gabe Silva? There you go. Charles Pickering was hustling hard. And there's a time here where he eventually got whistled. The referee called a foul here, mind you.
Yes, it looked like there was some collision between yung shins nilang dalawa, which he's a big boy. Medyo sumakit siguro talaga kay Pickering. Great defending on that end by Pickering.
We apologize for the inconvenience earlier. Looks like we weren't able to get our report due to some technical issues, but we are working on it, rest assured. Here comes the run, Barle. This one taken low off of Fleo. Placito. Sending it over to the left with that clearance in Mr. Incredible fashion, mind you. Oh, I think we just got his name now. Now come to think of it, A. Placito. And there's Jimson Cristal. Great gesture also from Coach Pong Liman, because during his birthday game, he had us, of course, thank you support system, the parents, another being Coach Aris Kaslib, his mentor, his coach, who eventually got Coach Pong Liman to transition mula player hanggang coach, actually.
Yeah, Coach Pong Liman was a good player back in his day.
And normally, of course, if you're from San Beda, you are a champion in the collegiate ranks. Because Bella, you are actually familiar with the two teams competing, as Galiana Trujillo was flagged there. So, of course, we're going to use that information to just give us that extra understanding of the game. Because with Stallion too, was Coach Ernie your coach in the national team? Was that right?
Yes, he was.
There you go. Okay, I got it right. And how have you seen Coach Ernie's style of play evolve? Or is it still that same hard-nosed approach from Coach?
Coach Ernie is very strategic and he will keep you guessing. Like as you mentioned earlier, Pickering not in his natural position. He has a knack to find positions for players who tend to excel in their new positions. So of course we always expect a lot from Stallion. They're always a competitor, and Manila Diggers bago sa PFL, pero seasoned coach, seasoned players, the combination of the young ones and the foreign players. Siyempre, hindi ko sinama si Ashley Flores sa young ones. So,
Veterano na yan.
veterano na. So, combination nila coming up with decent results for the PFL.
Decent results in the PFL because we have some new squads again. New to the game, but their players are very familiar with this game already, or with the Philippine football circuit. There's Manila Digger, one of them. The other one being One Taguig, nabbing a great number of former and current national team players. As Chata holding this in the midfield, it was poked away. He saw that second motion, arm swing out at Pickering. Let's see how this matchup will develop.
It's a very Kofi Agye vibe to him.
Kofi Agye, as we know, a young striker. Ateneo's foreign player. There is that pathway for people to turn pro here as there's a foul. Dean Ebarle was hit hard. Accidental contact. Let's see.
Yes, it was definitely a foul there as they both went for the ball. Studs on top of his foot. Definitely masakit yan. Mararamdaman talaga niyan.
There were some hits actually last game. Ramdam namin ni Tito Dennis. Right when we'd see it and right when he'd call it.
I don't think natuwa siya na Tito Dennis yun.
Actually, the order was to call him that in the broadcast. Is he Kuya to you? He's Tito for us.
It's just Dennis.
So again, apologies for any difficulties earlier with being unable to get our reports from Naj. But her report, of course, that she passed over here is that they are missing the likes of Freddy, and Adrian when we refer to Laguna. And the bench needs to step up because Jason Pepito is like a playing coach. And the commitment and passion is there with no doubt. But they have to maintain that aggressiveness. Because mind you, again, Stallion are in that process of building another winning streak. They did fall unfortunately, as we know. As there's Jason Pepito pictured. They did lose to Davao Aguilas Yumak and got their streak snapped. So 1 win now against Minjola. Will they make it 2 here against Digger? Jahana. Placito couldn't get it. Minky Shin has done well. Gave it over to the other side. Dine Barle over to Big Boy Jata. Silva at the back. The stop. Jata was floored. No call there. They just got the job done by the skin of their teeth.
Yeah, the Digger doing a good job of winning the ball in their defensive third and just sending it to Jata all the way in the box of Stallion. Stallion having a difficult time dealing with it, and as I said, the rain, the weather really changes the style of play and how you're going to deal with the ball in defense.
Here comes Placito, setting go over. Close but not quite for top scorer of the league, Finn McDaniel. Will you take that because Stallion are getting a groove, or he missed what's arguably
Well,
a give me?
sinasabi ko nga sa'yo, Claro, iba yung laro, madulas. And, you know, these boys have been playing for how many games now? There's a little bit that they carry from each game in just the intensity that they're playing. So they must be feeling that it's heavier to run when the turf is wet. There's just so many things. Mas madulas yung bola, madulas yung turf. So marami silang, they have to contend with a lot of things right now.
The extra conditions, of course, to make it more difficult. As this is up for grabs, Big Boy wins it. Here comes Mr. Incredible. To send over to no man's land. Pickering will give it over to Toto Bedia. One memorable moment from Toto Bedia. Time expiring. We were in added time. Stallion picked up a 1-0 win over Maharlika in McKinley Hill Stadium. And Toto Bedia just did it with his heroics. And that goal was pretty much Sergio Aguero style, if you could picture it actually. Jata, 3 players down. And this is tough. They're calling for the PTs already. Accidental collision from the looks of it. One is Matt Nieras, the other Ashley Flores.
Oh, it could have been a head collision. Oh no. There was just a lot of whiplash there, but body to body, and Matt Nieras could have hit his head on the way down as he held it.
Whiplash, as you mentioned, yes. But that collision, of course, was while they were both going for the ball.
Ganon ka-intense yung laro ngayon, ganon ka laking pinaglalaban, pero at the end of the day, shake hands.
Shake
Friends
hands.
sila.
I mean, everyone's friends off the pitch, right?
Yes.
They only put their friendships aside for 90 minutes when the game is on. And with you talking about enjoying playing a football match in the rain, there's like that extra thrill of sorts. I do remember as a kid, in the short time that I did play some grassroots football, we were like, yay, it's raining. And then there's the extra conditions, that thrill. Because mind you, of course, when we were kids, right? Oy, bawal lumabas. Or bawal maglaro sa labas while it's raining. But here, go lang, 90 minutes.
Rain
And these
or
are
shine.
professionals.
Yeah.
There you go. It may be the rainy season already, but the show goes on. 30 minutes into this game already. And we just like to remind you that Star Polaris is the official match ball of the Philippines Football League. And that ball, mind you, Star Polaris has been able to handle the weather, the tropical weather, the hard rain, the scorching sun. And as per feedback, the flight has actually been stable, mind you. Minky Shin continues play. Overhit though, from the looks of it. Half an hour into this one, Belay, and it's still Manila Digger with that early goal. And what's your assessment here?
They just have to play the game with the conditions that they're set. They have to start bringing the ball down. I know it's mas difficult eh. Hindi mo mabasa yung role ng bola kahit na pinapalo talaga nila minsan. Hindi talaga gumugulong in the way that they want. So, tsaka namumuo na kung napapansin nyo, namumuo sa ibang parts yung mga bits ng turf. So, nadadagdagan yung difficulty in really moving the ball that they wanted to. So whoever is able to play this smartly, yun ang lalabas on top.
So it's that discarte of sorts that we are familiar with. But despite of the continuous rain, even from the first game, no clear and distinct puddles, come to think of it again.
Actually,
Of course, as Pickering sadly for Laguna lost his footing and appeared to or couldn't secure the ball. Because when the puddles occur in the pitch, parang yung nangyayari, naging larong buko, agawan buko.
yes.
As we see there, the conditions from the looks of it.
More difficult to control the ball.
Placito got it over to Ivanovsky. Ivanovsky from Argentina. He does have a lot of experience again playing in the likes of South America. Laguna fans were happy to see him back actually, because he was unsure if he would return for this edition of the PFL or for the calendar year. Placito, they're asking for a call from a high boot from the looks of it, and Manila Digger did get that. And this game is taking a similar flow to Digger's previous result or previous win, because they did get an early goal behind Earl Pinheiro. He's not here again today, but an early goal could help you. As Pickering sent it out wide. An early goal for Digger in their last game again, wherein they won. But mind you, there were points of the game, late the first half, or for majority of the first half, they were unable to retake control as Tuloy FC just got it. And there were arguments that they deserved the goal and eventually did so, but it was a tough one again for Manila. So this throw-in will resume play. There's the show that we've been witnessing. Pickering, Flores, Silva, and Big Boy Jata. But it's picked up now by Sangchon Jong. Marzan. A dream start for him in this one again. Ebarle, the header! No good here for Digger. But usual suspect. I see you smiling right there, Belay.
He's going for the same game winning. That's a great cross in, very low. And Flores tried to just nudge its way into the goal. Good idea, good attempt, just missing the target.
Treacherous conditions again, or the constant rain making it difficult. As there was a shove by Jahan at the back of Leo. At my warning siya. 2 to foreign players going at it. Taiki Jahana. Very easy to distinguish with his blonde hair. And also the fan favorite again of Digger supporters. Wow, Zico sa likod. And here's Gabe Silva. People expected to see Gabe Silva and Abraham Placito play side by side with Silva returning. But what did they do? Coach Ernie kept us guessing again. Moving Placito, whom we just named Mr. Incredible, over to holding midfielder. And because of that, Placito is in fact number 3 in top assists this PFL. And I go, Coach, were you surprised? Are you impressed? Coach Ernie said, no. In Coach Ernie fashion, right? He always wants the most out of his boys, just like any coach would.
High expectations.
Definitely, of course, with a club with such great heritage. But there was that challenge, unsuccessful now. Mr. Incredible gets his shot denied. As possession is at 56-44. But Digger have been able to use most of that to their advantage.
Yeah,
And there you go.
Yeah, you can see here just how beautiful the football of Stallion is when they're able to find each other. Pag nakakapagpasahan sila, Theo just passing it off to Placito and him just being able to get that shot off really quickly. But a great save there by Kuriyama of Manila Digger and just to win them a goal. Okay.
Total shots at 4 apiece as we speak. Well, let's take a look at the conversion rate. 1 on target out of the 4 for Laguna. 2 on target out of the 4 for Manila Digger. That's 25% versus 50. Manila Digger, mind you, made their first shot count. And that is why they have this early lead of that goal in the 3rd minute. But Marzan appears to be hobbled. Is this normal that we see a lot of people getting or taking falls with the conditions? Aerial duels, slippery conditions.
I think it partially that, pero ngayon talagang pinaglalabanan. It's a good intense match dito sa PFL na pinaglalaban ng Stallion to maintain their lead, and Manila Diggers are trying to stay in the mix there and just coming off like a win. Very confident in that, knowing that kaya nilang labanan yung Stallion dito, and Stallion of course really doing their best to get a point in this match. And as we see, Justin Peña, not Jax Peña, getting a yellow card here.
Emphasis on what he said right there. Just to address the elephant in the room again. Kasi baka may bagong fans who just tuned in
Medyo
to this one.
magkabuka kasi sila eh.
Right.
Medyo konti.
They are brothers after all. I mean, as my brothers and I got older, people started going, no, you guys look alike, because sometimes we really don't. But there's another look at Big Boy Jata. An unsuccessful attack. 1-0. But Belay, who's more dangerous so far with their attacking chances, you would say?
I mean, that last shot of Stallion really looked very threatening to Manila Digger. Good composure by their goalkeeper to stop that. Pero mukhang mas may chances yung Digger dito. Parang dinidirect play nila kay Jata at nasusuportahan naman siya ng mga wingers in their attack. So it's at this point, it's still anyone's game, but they make for a very exciting match.
Anyone's game, but there is Digger with that slim lead again. It looks like Digger just hit the gas or sent it or just made a full send in the beginning. Hence, it's 1-0 again. Marzan's goal in about the 3rd minute. And it is about 6 minutes remaining until additional time. This is Clara Manzano on call for this one alongside Belay Fernando. And you are catching this on pfl.org.ph, Blast TV, Premier Football, and Premier Sports. As they try to get it over to Placito, Peña, Ivanovsky. The clearance from Digger. Jata making it a difficult trot going back. John, the Johanna was floored. Gabe Silva is last touch though, from the looks of it. Jata too appearing to get a knock on the face. So sorry, I did not get to finish yung kwentuhan nga dito with Jata facing Tuloy. So yung sabi ni Coach Pong, with him being much bigger, masyadong mabait daw. So he may be a gentle giant also when we think of it. No, not Cebu FC's mascot or moniker. But after that game, with Tuloy FC and Jata just slugging it out, Jata went all the way to Tuloy's bench to shake hands with all of them. Similar what you were saying at the end. Everyone's friends, and there's that respect. So, of course, we tip our hat off to him. As Finn McDaniel tries to get this one, sent out to the side by Daniel Ashley. Mr. Incredible couldn't get it. Seo was shifted over to the other side, asking for options. Trying to use his footwork right there, but Galliano Trujillo couldn't clearly get it. Now this through ball was unsuccessful, but there is Shin Min-ki.
It was a good backheel pass by Jata there. Just unfortunately fell to the feet of Stallion.
Cristal, bidalig dito sa likod. Marfiga, Daniel Ashley, and Cristal have been solid at the back for Digger. Both again with the 3-4-3.
Excellent defending by the backline of Diggers.
Pickering couldn't get it in. Minky Shin just sending it all the way back, and he's showing them what type of evening it is going to be. Charles Pickering, of course, with a stint with the likes of the ADT also. He also does have New Zealand heritage, his profile says. Placito, will he get it? It's big boy versus big boy. And that one ended without them bumping one another right before as the ball rolled out of play.
That's actually quite amazing.
I don't know, I feel so sad. I was expecting it. The commentator's curse, as we know from time to time. As this one rolls out and heads back to Digger, the team in yellow again. Stallion Laguna are in white. So let's assess the implications of this game right here. We'll zoom in at the standings. Should Stallion lose, they will be vulnerable to the teams right below with Kaya, Davao, Cebu, UCFC, and Digger right below them. So, mind you, a Manila Digger win will get them or propel them to the top of the table. Yes, they will have matches on hand versus the other teams, but that's still quite an achievement nonetheless.
Yeah, especially not being one of those the favorites to be on top. That is quite an achievement for Coach Pong Liman and his players.
At may banggaan nga dito. And it's Toto Bedia with Jimson Cristal getting booked. And how often do we see Toto Bedia get a knock? Because he is really one of those iron men here for Coach Ernie. Let's take a look at that one here.
That was a very dangerous tackle. Took him out. He was really trying to go for the ball there, but still a very dangerous tackle there by Cristal, and a good call by referee De Los Santos there to give a yellow card to Cristal.
So we hope Toto Bedia, of course, is okay and will be able to continue. But it's not looking good from the looks of it. Morzan, of course, being concerned, saying or believing that they may need a stretcher. And just to look again at these teams, Manila Digger, we've been praising them, right, with the way they've been so good in this season and competing at a high level, wala pa silang clean sheet. Would you believe that? None yet in 7 games rather. Toto Bedia yet to get up, as you were going to say.
Yeah, well, tonight might be the night for their clean sheet. However, Stallion will really do their best to contest that. Minsan kasi pag depensa, lalo na yung backline, just take some getting used to playing together, always adjusting. Makita mo yung sa Stallion, apakagaling nila mag-call ng line nila. It's very easy for them to get offside because they've been working together for a long time. There's leadership. So, baka kailangan ng Manila Digger ng oras para mag-adjust.
But mind you, they've shown us their character over the course of the season. But of course, you don't want to do it at the expense of clean sheets. But in true fashion, given their name, they've been able to dig themselves out of tough situations.
Kaya ba yun yung name nila?
Oo nga, no? Well, but as we say, of course, our colleagues have said it also. They've been able to do so. But nonetheless, it's great character. But if they can have character and fine-tune themselves, they'll be difficult to stop as a man took a fall. The header denied by the keeper and stopping Abe Placito. Great reflexes from the man himself, Kuriyama. But the fire still on here. They cut it back to Mr. Incredible, but there's a whistle from our referee.
What a save. Point blank.
And tough for keepers again, as we see right here. And the tough conditions too, as we've been talking about it and seeing it in this game.
That was a good cut back with the head there and good contact by Placito to really aim for that goal. But it was in the end, Kuriyama is able to put a stop to it.
So we're about 3 minutes already into additional time out of the 4 allotted. We do see Christian Sea Dog Schaffner check in for Toto Bedia. Again, both teams have a number of players nursing injuries here and there. That is why Digger have had to bench some players and rotate their squad. And same goes here for Stallion Laguna of Coach Ernie FC, as he said, just like Coach Pong Liman. So there you go again, confirmation on the sub. Christian Schaffner, a Filipino from San Francisco, the San Francisco area. And it was very nice of him to share his street nickname or back in school. Sea Dog, as he said. And we had to confirm that with a number of people. Hey, it was correct. The guy was right. But Schaffner again, a regular here playing left wing back for Stallion FC. As the rain has calmed down a little bit, it's just turned into showers. And don't you forget, we still have one more game today at the Rizal Memorial Stadium. As we have 1 more minute remaining. Digger out to do damage control at the least. Laguna will look to sneak one in, but they'll have to stop Manila first in this roll of the dice on offense. Later again, it's Davao Aguilas UMAC and Don Bosco Garelli United FC in our 8:30 matchup. And also shout out to the fans who braved the rains to catch this one live.
There's a lot of events going on here in Rizal Memorial. There's the AVC Challenge Cup for volleyball and the Taekwondo event. So talagang effort makarating dito sa Rizal Memorial Stadium.
That's right. Asteo gets it, sends it to the middle. McDaniel sends this one in. There's a reason why Finn's the top scorer. And he is showing it now. And we said it, Belay. Digger out to at least do damage control. But Laguna will try to sneak one in. And that's exactly what they did. Tandaan natin, nasa first half pa lang tayo. And it's lucky 13 for Finn McDaniel. You love the unselfish play. You love the team play.
Yeah, actually, kanina pa kumakatok sa pinto ng Manila Digger ang Stallion with the way they bring the ball all the way to the line and cut it back. So this is not the first time that they have attempted to score on this tonight. But a beautiful cut back there from Teo and a finish, simple finish by Finn McDaniel, unable to be stopped by Kuriyama. So Manila Digger have to figure this out.
I wonder what your colleagues have to say. Chandler and Olivia. Of course, the sisters of Finn.
Of course, Chandler and Olivia always watching their brother, very supportive whenever we're out. They're always tuning into the live stream and cheering on their brother.
They actually did get to join me and join us. They called the game in the Copa. And that was
Yes,
great,
yes.
listening to their insights. Fresh from the World Cup, mind you. So here's the throw in. Some time added on because of that goal. Jerome Marzan, will he double his effort? Big boy Jata. Nieras. Sent in now. Pepito did get to recover. And so does Teo. Teo, the man who assisted Finn McDaniel again, but he gives it to Galiana Trujillo. Still gets it though. Gives it to one of their playmakers. Try to flick it to Finn. But Daniel Ashley with great hustle. Over to Sea Dog Schaffner. Came off of Sanction John Galiana, but it's no good. Kalma daw, sabi ni Kuriyama. Now, there you go. The halftime whistle. 1-all. The very early goal dito mula kay Jerome Marzan of Manila Digger in the 3rd minute, and Finn McDaniel scoring in about the 4th minute of additional time in this game. A very early one in the first half and a very late one as we see right here, and we'll be back in a bit for your halftime statistics and analysis. We are currently at the halftime break right here at the Rizal Memorial Stadium. A rainy Rizal Memorial Stadium, mind you. It's Stallion Laguna FC 1, courtesy of Finn McDaniel's equalizer, because early on we did have Jerome Marzan giving us the opener, literally, in the 3rd minute. This is Clara Manzano on call for this one. We're glad to have you with us alongside Belay Fernando here, of course, and we have Nadj Mirvalles, our pitchside reporter. What a game so far. A super early goal and a super late goal. That's the first half pa lang tayo, mind you.
Yeah, and they were sharing ball possession. That was not really what we expected, but Manila Digger came out strong with Stallion holding their ground and getting that equalizer towards the end of the first half.
Yes, exactly at the death as people were live wires here and there. Action aplenty, and kindly take us through this, Belay.
Yeah, and as you know, Jata being their point man up top, just being that decoy player there, taking a shot, but Marzan finishing it off, too far for Pepito to reach, and Stallion came on trying to get back that 1-goal differential and trying to stop Jata here, doing everything they can. Pickering doing a good job, coming back, recovering. And this has been the story of it, really, the Stallion defense trying to hold back Jata and the 2 wingers of Manila Digger as they tried to get another one on the scoreboard. But as I told you earlier, before the first half ended, that is what Stallion is being so good at, taking the ball all the way to the line and cutting it back. But Manila Digger getting one back of an attempt back. Ashley Flores narrowly missing. There you go, another one of that Stallion attempts where Theo here now brings it all the way to the line, cuts it back. Beautiful pass and beautiful finish. Finn McDaniel there adding to his tally. Too far for Kuriyama to reach. And Kuriyama, as you saw there, just telling the boys to relax.
Medyo intense at mainit ang ating panahon or laro, but not the weather, of course. With this one, just intensity skyrocketing. And here's the numbers and what's the standouts or telling points here.
Well, of course, alam natin na we expect Stallion Laguna to really dominate the possession. But as you can see here, 52%, not that big a difference, but still slightly on top here is Manila Digger trying to really keep the ball, but the shots, of course, go to Stallion, being smart about it, drawing the defenders to the ball carrier, and last minute laying it off and taking a shot there, giving them 7 shots, 3 on target, and winning the 2 corners for Stallion. But of course, we go back to the yellow cards there. Of course, we expected this to be an intense game, and there you see it.
No better way to say it as we'll turn it over to Nadj Mirvalles to give us a report.
Thank you, Clara and Belay. When I spoke to Coach Christian of the Manila Digger, he said that the thing about them is that they do not settle. The past week, they really focused on the physical and mental well-being of their players, lalo na they're nursing a lot of injuries. But they trust their bench players led by their captain, Minky Shen, who had been nothing but outstanding on both ends this season dahil trinabaho niya daw talaga ang kanyang conditioning. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Nadj, for that report. And with this weather, of course, the rain has gotten intense again, as we would like to remind you, of course, that 8 Cuts is the official catering partner of the Philippines Football League. And we've been loving the food, of course, from them so far. I've been saying it with Tito Dennis, actually. I do get the first game at times of the day. Medyo excited na ako because of lunch. Courtesy of 8 Cuts and our friends from the Moment Group. There you go once more. One go-to here in the PFL has been the onion rings, as we know. So whenever there's a big moment, we put the cherry on top. We don't put cherries on top here. We put onion rings. As we do see Laguna already out of their dugout. Manila Digger only exiting at the moment, or at this point. We do see activity in the 4th official stable. It looks like Junior Sam is going to be entering this game along with Balot Doctora.
Such a good weapon for Coach Ernie to have, Junior Sam to come on just to match it and just to add on to that power they have up top.
He has been bulldozing his way, of course, and si Junior Sam with 8 goals so far in this campaign. Junior Sam joined Laguna last year on a loan spell from Minjola FC so that he could play specifically in the AFC Cup, where it was the first time that Stallion joined that tournament. And because of his stellar performance, scoring against ASEAN teams, mind you, it led to a permanent move. And he has 8 goals, and they have all come off the bench. So he's been giving great efficiency, come to think of it.
And of course, we have Balot Doctora coming on with that experience and just being able to manage the tempo of the game for Stallion.
Balot Doctora, as we know, a legend. He's been around, of course, Stallion FC. I don't say quite some time because that's not the right word. It's a disservice, right? You can't just describe how long he's been with the squad. He was with them when they won the UFL League back in the day. And there you go. Matt Nieras giving the armband to their captain. It's not often that happens, actually. Sometimes the captain checks in and whoever started the game with the armband just wears it, but we just witnessed it right there. Ayan na ulit, we do have our subs coming on, and our venue announcer David Yumo will confirm those changes once we kick this off as per protocol, of course, with the officials. And here we go, Daiki Jahana kicked it off. Big boy Jata tried to get a shot on from the half line.
Replaced by player number 9, Ruben Doctora Jr. Substitution for Stallion Laguna. Player number 10, Christian Ivanovsky. Replaced by player number 33, Junior Knox Sam.
So there you go. We do have our changes confirmed. Christian Ivanovsky, a great player with the ball, but that wasn't, or he's had better performances. And it looks like that's why he was replaced. With Stallion, they have so many foreigners. You have an off day, next man up.
Yeah, and usually Stallion, when they make their substitutions, they really change the game. They're really worthy of being called game changers.
As we see Charles Pickering a little hobbled up. And it was in the later stages of the game, actually, between Stallion and Davao Aguilas Yumac, where the game-winning goal was scored, or the lone goal, in fact. So one could argue it was the substitutes who did make a difference in that game. The subs, of course, made by the coaches. Oriel Dalapo scored the late one against them. Stallion's changes, unfortunately, were not able to churn out at least a point for them, as there was a yellow given to Salifud Chata. Well, here's Stallion now. Over to Finn McDaniel, but it came off of the back line. Placito tried to return it. McDaniel's shot ricocheted off a man at my corner kick tayo.
And again, Stallion keep going for the same trickery, drawing the defenders towards the line, tapos ibabalik nila sa top ng box where they go for a shot on goal.
We could do some mouth or lip reading there. Finn McDaniel wants that second goal of the evening. Galiana Trujillo's corner not well taken. It was low, but they knocked it out. Well, we are off to the races. Ashley Flores, nagmamadali, 1-on-3, still keeping this, looking very dangerous. He's up against Matt Nieras. Nieras sending it back, but it's a teammate of Ashley Flores who gets it initially, but here comes Teo. And he's had quite a game, and even assist aside.
Yes, he's been a very good two-way player, good defensively, at nabibigay niya kaagad yung bola in transition.
Teo playing that right wing back position. As here comes Placito. Over to Junior Sam, try to flick it to Finn, who may have been in an offside position. Balot. Christian Schaffner. Sending it to the middle, but McDaniel appeared to miss-hit it. And as you were saying,
So nakakakita na tayo ngayon ng konting butas sa defense, sa defensive block ng Manila Digger, and kung papansin mo, nagkakadiskusyon na ng konti yung mga players, lalo na yung nasa backline, na kung sino talaga yung kumukuha ng tao. So you'll see openings on the wing sides of Manila Digger, which Stallion will look to take advantage of.
so could you say Stallion are matching your expectations coming out of halftime?
You know, there's still some players that, you know, we expected to see more of, especially coming off their last game, like Galiana, to create more chances for Stallion. But as expected, the intensity increases. They go into another gear.
Here comes Junior Sam. Daniel Ashley holding the fort inside. He got past Cristal for a moment. The fall! And it looks like we have a penalty from the looks of it. I did see the hand signal of the referee, but the whistle appeared to be a little short, or the blowing of the whistle.
It's just the power, as I mentioned earlier, of Junior Sam. I think it wasn't clear which one he called a foul, because the first one seems to be he slipped past him, and just a 50-50 collision
But
on the second one.
Nonetheless, the call sticks. No VAR here. Plain good old football as Finn McDaniel steps up to the plate. He has converted a hefty amount of goals from all over the place. He's also been the main man for Laguna in the penalty spot. It's lucky 13 for him already thanks to his goal earlier. Is he going to carry over to 14 and push his tally? Harvey Gayoso trails him by 3 goals. So if Finn gets this, he pushes himself, or pushes his lead to 4. And there's Yuya Kuriyama to stop. No clean sheets yet for Manila Digger this season, but Kuriyama has been a force for them because Digger have had a great record so far. McDaniel sends it in. 2-1. There's a reason again why Finn McDaniel is the leading scorer. And there you go. They get this one.
Just a clinical finish for Finn McDaniel there, just taking the bottom corner. Too far for the reach of Kuriyama. Classic Finn McDaniel penalty, making sure they take the lead today. And there's no mistakes there on his side.
There you go, Finn McDaniel getting that one. 2-1. And we are only 6 minutes into this one in the second half. We did assess Stallion, of course, coming out of the locker room. We didn't even have much time to break down Manila Digger even more. But with this Belay, they led for much of the first half. How do you see them here faring in this one?
I know this might be the time for Coach Pong Liman to make some changes to match up to the fresh legs and just the power and the intensity that the Stallion Laguna subs are bringing to this game.
Because changes again. Instant impact. Coach Ernie making changes, inserting 2 players. Naka-goal ka agad.
Yeah, and yan yung benefit ng pagka-deep ng bench niya.
A deep bench as it came off. Gabe Silva, binigay kay Coach Ashley Flores. Napahawan na rin ako. I also call him Coach now. Up against Christian Schaffner. Balot getting it. Turn back the clock. Balot Doctora. Placito. This one long now. Junior Sam. Will he secure up against Jimson Cristal? Junior Sam taking it and denied at the bottom corner by Kuriyama in the treacherous conditions. Junior Sam has just given a different dimension in this attack.
Yeah. Mukhang na-overpower niya talaga si Crystal dito sa kanan side ng Diggers nun. Nakakalusot at nakakalusot siya.
Nakakalusot at nakakalusot. Fresh legs here. And Junior Sam again, a bulldozer. But here comes Big Boy on the other end. I will try to confirm, but it looks like a corner kick. And here was that shot taken.
There's a good save by Kuriyama once more. And as we move on to the other side, to the attacking third of the Diggers, just a quick release, direct play again to Jata, and he's able to bring it down, forcing Stallion to clear out for a corner kick.
As Daiki Chahana is their designated man. Chahana himself has also been able to come up big for Manila Digger. Big goals in endgame situations. He has 2 this season. Well, will he add an assist to his tally? We will see. He has 1 so far, as here is a man who took a fall. And it may be skipper Minky's shin. And that's confirmed. We do know there's that extra shoving and all going on before a set piece, as we saw also after.
Yeah, just really tight marking. And from this angle, it's quite difficult to see what actually happened there. But no call from the referee. He's just trying to contain this heatedness from both teams. But as we take a look on the upper left side of the screen, Cebu versus UCFC currently standing 1-1. So we have a tied score over there.
As we'll take another look. All eyes on number 88 with what happened. And you got to see, of course. But it's on to the action now. That was quickly resolved by the referee. It came off of Placito. They got the stop. Theo does secure it. Finn McDaniel lurking down in the middle of their offense. Or up front, rather, in the center. Theo took a fall, no good. But that was some solid defense from Major Dean Ebarle as he gets it back from Jimson Cristal. In Cristal and Ebarle, there's that Minjola Beda connection. It came off of Marzan. Placito. Still Placito negotiating traffic. The shot taken. But it seemed over and out already by Juan.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be Galiana's day-to-day. But knowing him, he will still keep on trying to find the back of the net for Stallion Laguna. Yeah, and as you were saying, definitely Dean Ebarle looking a ways away from his form back in his college days. Great impact sa larong ito.
So I was saying also earlier, as Kuriyama resumed play, I also ended up calling Ashley Flores coach there because our colleague, or your colleague in the national team and here in the commentary panel for the PFL, na si Camille Rodriguez, or Camrod, also did explain, binigay kay coach? Oh, here's the reason why. Because he's also the coach in the senior women's national team.
Yes, and the U17 as well. Pero ang palayaw niya doon ay hindi coach sa staff. Ang palayaw niya ay Jim. Kasi his name is actually Jim Ashley.
Jim Ashley Flores. Is he trying to drop the sir so he doesn't feel a little older? I have a feeling. Charles Pickering will try to whip this in, going in for Junior Sam. Daniel Ashley, but it's a foot race now. 2-1. We did see Ashley Flores beat out Sea Dog. Pepito, a collision with Big Boy. Open goal. And there was an extra shove right there that we saw on camera in that angle. Play resumes now. Our fourth official has noted it also. But it's over in the other end now. Now another fall here by skipper Minky Shin. So now play stopped. As Alifu Jata is down, there's a collision with Jason Pepito earlier. Pepito appeared to swing his arm. Well, let's see here.
Yes, really, that there was momentum coming in from Jata into Pepito to try to really win that ball, but we couldn't see the second motion that we saw live earlier. Oh, he just kind of pushed off him to get back up quickly. But we see the referee discussing it with assistant referee Merlo Albano here on the side as to what really had happened.
The talks continue. Raymar de los Santos got enough info. Now he's about to give us an update. And we just see how these guys are all drenched. But the pitch looking or still holding up. And an update right here. Cebu making it 2-1 versus UCFC. And the last time they played in Cebu, that was a nail-biting 3-all draw. That was last PFL, mind you. And Cebu have made Dynamic Borromeo Sports Complex a fortress. Undefeated sila dun, mind you, when they play at home. The Cebuano crowd sure is different.
Iba rin talaga pag nakapaglaro in front of the various home crowds, you know, Iloilo, Cebu, and before in Bacolod. So hoping to see more of that in the future editions of the PFL.
As there's Jovan Marfiga. Now, save for that goal or the goals they've conceded, he's been sound. But as I'm saying that, of course, he wasn't the man to judge to commit the foul inside the box. But an individual performance for him, that's just showing the depth of Manila Digger. Wala na si Janmar Barcenilla, their main man at defense. And Marfiga just slots in very well. Similar build, similar play style. Both are captains back in the day for their respective college teams. Heart, definitely something we do not need to question. So an hour into this one already, or 15 minutes into the second half to be precise. It is Stallion Laguna SC 2, Manila Digger FC 1. Finn McDaniel again and Jerome Marzan canceled each other out sa first half natin. Marzan gave us a very early goal in the 3rd minute as Finn McDaniel answered back in the 4th minute of additional time. While here in the second half, Junior Sam won a penalty that Finn McDaniel eventually sent in. And that's how we find ourselves here in this scenario. Just another look there from a lovely angle down low. Italiana Trujillo off of Placito. No Mr. Incredible effort here for Placito. I do hope he accepts that nickname.
Ganun naman yun, diba? Yung nickname na the-dub talaga ng mga commentator.
Yes, parang it just comes. Wala akong kodigo dito. Huy, ito pangalan niya.
If it sticks.
It just sticks, it just comes. There's Johanna, the fan favorite. Christian Schaffner, dineclare na lang yung nickname eh. I don't think that was his intention though. As there's this loose ball. Niara's on the same page as Pepito. And mind you, it is 2+ hours of continuous rain. Yet the pitch is okay, like what we said. And we've seen, or we've had really tough rains or hard rains in international matches here at this stadium. And the pitch has been able to hold the fort. So for me personally, I will say, Bella, it's no surprise.
Yes, the drainage seems to be holding up well here.
As Shin appeared to take a knock from Finn McDaniel. But we saw there Cristal. I believe he wanted to play it quickly, but it went to the back of McDaniel, to the back of the lower body. And as expected, we have the teammates of both squads, of both players. Cristal McDaniel is protecting the other. And here's a look. This was the foul. And it's what went on after. So another discussion here. Mind you, Jimson Cristal and Finn McDaniel also having a chat.
It was a tough foul, tough challenge there. Didn't seem like there was intention para sa bola.
Minky Shin just telling Finn McDaniel, okay, calm down, step away. Doing what a captain does, right?
Oo, medyo nagiging intense na both sides.
That's where you need your captains too, of course, to stabilize the ship. A little under 30 minutes remaining now. Play resumes. No cards given from the looks of it here. Pero sigurado kami dun. May mga warning na yung mga player. Balot headed it. Placito. Daniel Ashley. This one ping-ponging around. Kiliana Trujillo. That's tough to control in the conditions. Marfiga hustling hard now. You have the conditions, and visibility should be another challenge also. When you mix rain and the light. So Marfiga pretty much accomplished the task by getting the ball to the middle. Pero babalik ang bola dito sa Stallion.
I mean, kahit sa screen, kitang-kita ang talagang torrential yung rain. Malalaki yung droplets. Very hard to see.
Coach Ernie, of course, in the bottom left, all prepared for the weather. He's got his full jacket on. That's what I'm lacking, actually. I didn't bring my hood or my umbrella today. Of course, knowing Stallion with all their experience as a club, a very prepared team. We could also say the same with Digger because they've been run so well, actually, in this PFL. Pati sa Copa Palino Alcantara. As it is now off to the races, Sanction John versus Matt Nieras. There's Finn McDaniel to support too. The formation a little dispersed because of the set piece. Daniel Ashley versus Junior Sam. Mr. Incredible appeared to floor Ashley there while getting the clearance. Daniel Ashley and Junior Sam. Two players, of course, whom we know well.
He came along. That was the run up to that ball.
And Jason Pepito gets this one. And Jason Pepito too, mind you. Other than us knowing na parang extra coach siya. He's such a great locker room presence, I will say, in this squad. And his locker room presence actually even extends to the people outside of the players. As Placito couldn't play, Finn McDaniel was stopped by the defense of Digger. But they do have their work cut out now. Will Digger get another goal in hopes of securing a draw at the least? Three players chasing Ashley Flores.
Excellent pass there by Jata to find Ashley Flores running forward, and three Stallion defenders, as you mentioned, straight to it, not giving him a chance to breathe.
Finn McDaniel versus Marfiga. Junior Sam, the turn. Daniel Ashley. Cristal gets a goal kick for them in the process. Mission accomplished here for Jimson Cristal. You see the man himself there playing right center back in that 3-4-3 formation also ni Coach Pong Liman. Yuya Koriyama. But Marzan also fell for a bit. Marfiga. Marfiga, a homegrown player, and has been doing well with the minutes he's gotten from Coach Pong. It's about making it count again kasi sabi nga natin kanina, well, Junior Sam just shifting directions, dazzling us. Nieras tried to stop Big Boy with his run forward. Pickering. Theo. The cross. Keeper couldn't get it though. But Junior Sam appeared to be giving the thumbs up from what I saw. Still a great one.
Yeah, good intention there by Theo to really find Junior Sam right there in front of the goal. Just unfortunately he missed it. Probably why he said, isa pa. Good pass, isa pa.
And that's great also within the team because there's that nod of confidence inside.
Yeah.
So Digger will try to work their way up again. A little over 20 minutes remaining in this game already. And we'd like to remind you, of course, that Star Polaris is the official match ball. That is what you're seeing right on the pitch. And it's been able to withstand, of course, the harsh weather conditions, whether it be rain or the intense heat. About 20 minutes, Belay, the score still remains from like our last checkpoint. And how do you see this going for Digger and Laguna?
I mean, right now, Digger's having a difficult time finding chances at goal. Although they are able to get it up to their attacking third, medyo nagkukulang, and this is where it comes in. Nagpalit yung Stallion, may fresh legs sila, and you're now wondering when will Coach Pong Liman be making his first change in this game.
Right, he still does have a number of options, but there's Regala also with an injury, and Eric Giganto was not fully recovered last game actually. So if he is going to be entering this one, if there's any chance, it will be very late in the dying stages as we just saw the ball get out or head out of the stadium. Whoever gets this, I'm going to tell them, "Uy, Star Polaris yun." Great match ball. So he's one man we could see, of course, be utilized. Darwin Regala injured again, but on the bench listed as a player. Because Eric Giganto, in fact, is one of their most experienced players other than Ashley Flores. Kasi madalas, Eric Giganto on one wing, Jim Ashley Flores on the other. Because Giganto actually has about 3 assists already in this campaign, mind you. And that is correct. He is their lead playmaker with 3 assists. At
Yes.
ito nga ang banggaan.
Yeah, Manila Digger still pushing forward for that. That cut back by Shin and the foul wins them this free kick. Yun na nga, pero I'm very impressed with the fitness level then of etong Manila Diggers. Despite not having the fresh legs, they're able to really keep it up, but they just really need to find that combination on top, that finishing combination on top in order to score another goal against Stallion Laguna. And Stallion Laguna, you just have to find the composure in the box.
Ball courtesy of the captain, Minky Shin. But unfortunately for Digger, they couldn't find that big man up front in Salif Ujata. So he stands at 6'3" and a half, right? As Coach Pong officially said. Because sometimes there's this debate. Is a player 6'3", 6'4"? There's that plus-minus variance in inches. So Coach Pong said it himself. 6'3" and a half inches tall. I love the attention to detail. And this one back to Pepito. They do have the luxury of time again. Schaffner, a coach also in the grassroots level. As we've got a change right here for Stallion Laguna FC, we do have Oy Isami checking in. And it will be Juan Galiana Trujillo stepping off. One unable to find the shooting boots in this or in the tough conditions. But so far so good because they have the 2-1 lead as we see here.
Yeah, he can do more. He can do more for the team. He can create. He can score goals as we saw in their last game against Mendiola. But unfortunately, he just was not able to find the rhythm in this game. Yun nga, sobrang kahit na medyo may slight injury na siya that game, talagang kaya niya pa rin mag-score ng goal.
Cleared off. Johanna, but just gifted it to Schaffner. Schaffner, his intention to give it over to the wing. That was thwarted well. Digger now getting, or they may have reverted to a back four. We'll try to reassess. As Balot Doctora wasn't able to get that. Big boy Jata over to Ashley Flores. Keeper to beat in this one. Pepito to stop the open goal. Balot sends it over now to Ois Isami.
It was a great read by Pepito there to come out and cut any chance of Ashley Flores getting an attempt on goal.
Too experienced or so much experience there between the players. Pero kita natin may banggaan dun. Another one here, bodies all over the area or all over the place. Yung banggaan na yun kanina, sila Daiki Chahana and Balot Doctora as they give it over to Junior Sam. Offside is the call here. Let's look at that once more.
It's a great through ball, beating the back line, getting it, threading it in between the two defenders in the back. But Pepito just there to save the day for them.
But it's no good for Junior Sam. He'd definitely like to join the party in this game as we see 112 to 107 passes completed. But with the accuracy, what's interesting is naka 66% ang Stallion. Yung Manila Digger naka 74.
Yeah, really interesting, and sa scoreline nakikita na hindi sila naglalayo in this game.
And shots right now at 13 to 6 favoring Laguna. 4 of those shots for Stallion have been on target, while 3 for Manila Digger have been able to challenge Jason Pepito. And the time continues to tick in this one.
Yeah, I think nagre-revert si Coach Pong sa 4 in the back dahil sa napakalakas na pinalit ng Stallion sa ibabaw. So they need more coverage in the back.
We've seen them at times also play the 4-3-3. So no surprise. Jahana asking for a whistle. Jata. That's 3 different players he's had to face in that spell now. Trying to play Flores. But this spell, no good, sadly. I think I could just hear Pepito saying, calma.
Yeah, we've had this player down, Shin down since he was able to get the ball out. Let's try to take a look if we can see what happened. I think he clipped his shin on Junior Sam. That is a strong body. Na matamaan, nasasaktan ka rin talaga.
And both people at full speed also. A lot of energy there. And we do end up getting a de facto cooling break. And now that it's rainy season, we actually aren't getting any cooling breaks, understandably. The game being played, of course, all the way. Kasi nung panahon, or early in the season, we were having breaks every 15 minutes or every 20 minutes. And I understand, Belay, with your experience, these are predetermined before games.
Yes, of course, chine-check yung humidity and yung temperature, and this gets determined by the pitch doctor kung i-advise niya yung referees kung kailangan.
Now, the question is, will Eric Giganto time work out for them? Because he did the job last time, limited minutes, and he proved to be big here for the Manila Digger crew. Eric Giganto again gave the winning assist to Jim Ashley Flores to make a 3-2 over Tuloy FC in their last game.
Nahahanap naman kasi ng Manila Digger yung last pass kung baga nga na to lay off to either the winger or to the striker. Hindi lang nila ma-finish. So baka yun nga yung kailangan nila right now. The fresh legs to actually be able to beat Pepito.
So will this pay dividends in workout? They do have a little over 12 minutes, that's including added time of course, to make this workout. As Pickering will get this one. We also saw Pepito, of course, burn some time off the clock. Eric Giganto, as we know, a key signing dito para kay Coach Pong Liman over the off-season. Eric Giganto with international experience at the club level with Kaya FC Iloilo. Off with Yuya Koriyama. So he did have his last stint actually in the country of Bhutan. And with hardware, of course, for Eric Giganto, he does have the double. He has the Philippines Football League title and the Copa Paulino Alcantara to his name, of course, with his previous stint. So here's a chance now. They got to head it over to Pepito. Great communication, great skill, great ball control from the looks of it by, this is Matt Nieras.
Yes, good. That's a specialty of Matt Nieras, being able to read when to head the ball back to the goalkeeper. Excellent defending.
I was second guessing for a moment because he appeared to be shaken up a little bit with his walk.
Yeah.
As they take this one, the keeper with the denial, Finn McDaniel tracking this down. He has C. Doug Schaffner, though on the right for support in case as there's a cross. Junior Sam couldn't get it. It's now off here. They tried to clear it with the likes of Dean Ibarle. And as I was saying, there's a moment where Matt Nieras was limping. That's why I was second guessing. It's not often you see him just
Looks
shaken
like
up.
Some great piece of goalkeeping. First to deny the low ball with his right hand, and then firing it to the other side, and then coming out again for a strong punch out, or tap out rather, by Kuriyama.
The ever experienced Kuriyama, and as I'm saying that, he's only 24 years old, as his profile says. As his clearance came off of Big Boy Jata, Pepito will just bring it over to the corner, as we know. We often see that with leading teams, right, Belay? Just bring it to the corner, but not this one. Pepito down on the ground. Jata appeared to take a hit. Pepito possibly using that to take time off the clock, right? That really irked Digger fans who were furious in the other end of the grandstand here, dito sa kanan natin. Teo getting it from
Good
Junior
pass.
Sam.
What a pass. Good turn, good pass by Junior Sam to Teo. Stallions just giving the defense of Digger such a difficult time. You never know where the strike is going to come from.
So now there's the corner kick. If we cancel out Jata, Stallion might be slightly taller here, or taller here with their players. And I do want to say, before I forget, Teo is on my list for best mustaches in the league. I've been doing hairstyle actually with our colleagues. Nandun si Demi Rolu, yung afro, my afro in Cebu. He's there, he's on the list. Patrick Grug's on the list. Si Grug, kada game nag-iba yung kulay. Bigote, dito kay Teo. As it's off of Sam, and it was stopped though, just at the goal line by Dean Ibarle.
What a stop. Na-distract ako ng konti sa discussion mo about Bigote kasi medyo mahirap habulin yun. Pero what a stop there by Ibarle.
And we saw the reaction, the emotion of Yuya Koriyama tapping the head. For sure, that was of approval, right? Kasi parang galit eh, intense na.
Siyempre, nandiyan na yung halo ng emotion na hindi pumasok. Pero, and it did not force him to make a dive, a save.
So Theo will give it from the other side now. Take a little low. And it was big boy Jata sending it. Another corner here. 3 straight corners dito para sa Laguna. And they've had at least 6 so far. We might have to add this one to that tally. Only one for Manila Digger, mind you. I think that may show how Laguna's been able to control a bit in this one.
Yes, like I told you, they can find the pass to the attacking third. Hindi lang sila makaabot.
And the header! The keeper may have gotten his glove to it. That's why it went to the roof of the net. No goal. Wow, what a spell. What a stop.
What a save there. Corner taken well by Finn McDaniel. Might have gone off. Did not see clearly from here who it went off. Placito maybe? But a great save nonetheless by Kuriyama there.
May have been na-distract tayo sa reaction, sa reflexes ng goalkeeper.
Pero mahirap siya i-miss. I mean, possibly Placito.
So the 4th corner already in succession for Stallion. They'll change it up. It's Finn McDaniel now. Pickering. Taiki Jahana, he's been quiet in this second half. As that was sent back by Nieras. And as you've said also, he's been calm, of course. He's been on the same page with his keepers. Nieras also, a player with a very long tenure in this storied club. Placito trying to play Junior Sam, and as expected, the flag is up. 5 minutes remaining here, and it's looking tough for Manila Digger because it's Stallion dictating this game.
Yeah, you know, those are dangerous plays right there. The flag had not been put up yet, and they just expected that the flag would be put up to be called an offside, and Junior Sam continued on to play. So those are the tiny moments that Digger has to look out for, and good on Junior Sam for continuing his play.
As you say, as our colleagues say, play to the whistle.
Yes.
If we see a foul, sometimes people raise their hands and stop, but di pa naman pumito si referee.
Actually, tama yan. Kasi kahit nakataas yung flag, pwedeng hindi tawagin ng referee kasi mas malapit siya sa action, kaya mas makaka-decide siya.
Right, I've actually seen or heard of some instances where the linesman or lineswoman will call offside. As I'll pause that for a moment. First, Junior Sam got to win it with his hard work. A collision here. So going back, there's times the assistant referee would wave or raise the flag, but the referee would say play on because that person offside was not involved directly with play. As here comes Theo. Goal kick. And it's great that you mentioned that because I'm sure there's a lot of viewers listening and they're going to keep that in mind. Of course, with your experience as a coach, as a player, national team manager, am I missing something here? But very experienced, of course, you yourself, Belay. As we do have an update, it is 2-1 full-time over at the Dynamic Herb Borromeo Sports Complex. Cebu FC getting the victory over United City FC. Daniel Gadya and Papu Korsame found the back of the net for the Gentle Giants, while Mark Hartman scored the lone goal of UCFC. And as we say, Cebu continue to be undefeated at home in their fortress. And this is Clara Manzano on call for this match again alongside Belay Fernando and pitchside reporter Naj Miravalles. We're glad to have you with us on all our different platforms such as pfl.org.ph, Blast TV, Premier Football, and Premier Sports. And mind you, again, this is the league format. The top-ranked team will be crowned as the champions of the Philippines Football League. As there was a tough fall. The captain, Minky Shin, hitting or His fall was broken by Theo. But Theo with no intentions to break that fall or body him up. It was just an accident.
Yeah, definitely getting banged up pretty much in this game as the captain of Digger's shin, and Theo put his hands up right away saying, I did not do anything, which was clear here.
Of course, they're dueling for the ball. Here's Coach Ernie giving his approval to Placito. We saw pictured quickly as Salazar checked in. That's Jesus Salazar to be precise. It's one foreigner out, one foreigner in.
So you were saying about the format of the league.
Yes.
It's very interesting now. Kitang-kita natin yung progress no natin sa professional football sa Philippines because more slots have opened up. More competitions internationally have opened up for these clubs.
And as Tito Dennis Lucindo was saying in our previous game and in the previous broadcasts, the top 10 will be retained. And the teams at the bottom, from the looks of it, will be placed in the second division. So you got to make that magic 10 right here.
And it's really tight. The competition up top is really tight. It's like from one game, someone can be the league leader, and then the next game, it changes.
Right. As we look at the standings, actually, 1 point separates the top 6 teams. So Stallion, Kaya, and Davao all have 16 points apiece. And then Cebu, United City, and Manila Digger do have 15 each. But the win of Cebu actually propels them to top with 18 points. Pressure is on Stallion to win so that they retain first spot. Magna 19 yung Stallion. Cebu will have 18 in the standings.
And don't forget, we still have Davao Aguilas after this.
That's right.
So
Davao Aguilas UMAC of Coach Shaberjan Rusgal. And we've been praising that team, of course, because we see they have so many high-level role players, mind you. Not like the other teams where they just got stars left and right. As here comes Teo now, getting past Marfiga. Trying to send it, but Daniel Ashley with the clearance. And going back, as we were saying, parang yung nangyari dito. You have your star in Daisuke Sato and you have those high-quality role players who've effectively become Sato and friends, as we call them. As we saw Christian Sea Dog Schaffner. Yan ang aquaplaning, no?
yes, that is good intensity. Really trying to win that ball, still keep it in. But Stallion keeping to their game plan, drawing all the defense towards one player, the ball carrier, and last minute laying it off.
So you could say, or you're saying that plan has been working for them.
Yeah, just the style of play that they have. It's just the ball moves so quickly once they cross the attacking third. They're able to find so many open people, like to take a shot.
So now we have 5 minutes of additional time. They want to get that insurance goal because throughout the course of this game, we've been talking about they are knocking on the door, trying to go for an equalizer if they want to get back on level terms. But again, Manila Digger, this is only the start of their test because Coach Pong was saying they have a series where they play against all the top-ranked teams. Tuloy-tuloy o derecho. Cristal got this one. Giganto, for a moment, I thought he lost steam, but he opted to give it to Big Boy Jata, who was floored in the process.
Parang nag-slow down siya ng konti, no? And his approach to the ball, I don't know if he was waiting for it to go out, but they were the last touch there.
Hey, son Pepito, now managing the clock as we know. No clean sheet here, but they are getting close on getting that W to propel themselves back up to the standings. Junior Sam getting dispossessed by Marfiga. But Finn McDaniel gets this one. But they know one goal may not be enough here. And they And Coach Ernie did emphasize that goal difference is big here again in case may tiebreakers tayo on points again. So if we have a tie on points, goal difference will be the difference maker.
Agree. You know, pag sa start ng league, parang hindi mo masyado pinapansin. Later on, that catches up to you. So, importante talaga if there's any opportunities to score those goals, keep the clean sheets, you have to keep doing it. You have to play your best every game.
Because what effectively happens in the end, if teams are tied on points, whoever has the goal difference or better goal difference, parang may handicap na pabor sila. As we've seen, of course, through the different football leagues around the world.
Pero syempre, pag tinignan mo yung standings, medyo malayo sa goal difference yung Stallion and Kaya with 35 and 33. Well, now Stallion will be 36 and 33 to Kaya. So
Yes.
really far away from the pack.
So Stallion, the team with the best goal difference in the PFL so far. This is my live tally, just to be clear, with plus 36. So this can change, of course, if Digger, we could say, pull one back here. But Marzan couldn't secure that one. A strong start again for Jerome Marzan. He also dictated the midfield with his confidence, with that goal. Pero sayang. But about 30 seconds left here. With at the rate it's going, Belay, it's looking tough for Digger.
Yeah, I'm very surprised that they did not make that many changes, but it's still impressive on how they held strong against a team like Stallion Laguna, considering they did not make any changes. And again, once again, game changers for Stallion Laguna FC, putting them on top in the second half.
Just flexing their depth as a team. And with you saying again, it's understandable that some players have gotten injured over the course of this league. And you gotta have those players ready to step up.
Yes, and dumadami na nga yung top of the table leagues, meaning yung mga competitive na teams talaga that will give you a hard time, and Manila Diggers is no stranger to that, being one of the newer teams and being able to keep these games at bay.
At ayan na po, there you have it, the full-time whistle. You can see the frustration of the Digger players. They did get the lead early on again behind Jerome Marzan, but sadly, they lost steam. A tough one. Some breaks of the game, of course, or they were not able to secure some breaks of the game, but it's handshakes all over the place. We love the respect between Coach Pong Liman and Coach Ernie Nieras, shaking hands over by half line. Finn McDaniel again, 2 goals to his name, and continues to be the leading scorer in this one. But Jerome Marzan gave what was effectively Manila Diggers' consolation goal, but a strong start again, pero sayang dito sa perspektibo ng Digger, while Stallion just doing what they do again.
Yeah, I think next for the upcoming games, Coach Pong Liman's team really depends on the health of the players on the bench, the health of the players on the pitch. They really have to keep their bench deep at all times. That is most likely the advantage of teams like Stallion. Even despite the injuries, despite the changes that need to be made, it's like the quality does not dip once they make their substitutions in the second half. In fact, they raise it to another level.
And that's exactly what you need if you're a coach. And Coach Ernie got what he was asking for, and will eventually honor our moment man of the match. We're just sorting things out on our end. We also see Nelson Gasic of Manila Digger heading over to the Stallion bench. This is Nelson Gasic's former team, actually. And it's great, that camaraderie that we're talking about.
Yeah. And, watching this game, parang ang daming chances pa ng Stallion to build up on that lead. Pero si Kuriyama, he was able to stand strong. Ang dami niyang naging save. Ang daming stops, similar to Pepito, but his were really great shots on target, and he was able to put a stop. So props to him for keeping the score line so close for Manila Digger and Stallion.
No clean sheet again for Manila Digger. 0 clean sheets, in fact, this season. But Kuriyama is quite a force here. We're not saying, of course, that it's Kuriyama, that's why they haven't been able to keep a clean sheet. We're actually praising him for his stellar play because Digger have been very competitive in this season. And they've been hanging with the big boys in their first go. That's quite a big achievement already, if you ask us. And with Kuriyama keeping them afloat, because they've gotten a great number of wins, actually, when we mention Manila Digger, right? As we say, this is not the case tonight. But with that, with Kuriyama just allowing them to get forward with confidence, right? It's great when you have those pieces in the game. But we're just sorting it out. Finn McDaniel is our man of the match, and we're just getting him over to our setup over here. But Belay, what's next here for Manila Digger? Mind you, they did put in Eric Giganto quite late, right? Because he's still nursing an injury from what we heard last game. But sadly, no Giganto time here. No magic.
Yeah, medyo nagkulang lang talaga sa final third. Kumbaga, doon na sa box ng Stallions. Nakakapasa sila, nata-thread through nila yung bola. However, wala yung intensity, wala yung power, walang point man dun sa ibabaw para ma-finish yung chance.
But with that, of course, with Stallion Laguna, they are getting another winning streak back on the way because they now improve, or thanks to their win over Minjola, they got their win. And thanks to tonight's win, of course, 2 straight now, back-to-back wins. So that's exactly what they ordered to continue to stay on top and dictate pace, as we said earlier in the game. And
yeah, so they're now back on top, and but of course, like I mentioned earlier, we are waiting for the results of the final match tonight, and possibly Davao Aguilas could jump right back on top.
so we will now take it over to Naj Miravalias, pitch side, to interview our man of the match.
Thank you, Claren Belay. Here with me is the man of the match, Finn McDaniel. Hi, Finn. Congratulations. Talk about that goal you made and the defensive effort it took to protect that lead.
You know, I won't lie, we started off very choppy. We did not play to our style, so props to Digger for putting us under pressure like that. But at the end of the day, Stallion's a fighting team, so we came out on top and we kept working. That's all it is to it.
Finn, despite the depleted lineup, great effort today, but what do you see, or what did you see during this game that you feel bodes well for your team moving forward?
Our team's willing to die for it. You know, it's a team that's not going to go out easy, so we went down. Most people think we put our heads down, but we picked it up and we kept going, and at the end of the day, we got the 2-1 result.
Thank you, Finn, and congratulations. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Naj, and congratulations again to moment man of the match, Finn McDaniel. But that does it for this one. It's Stallion Laguna FC 2, Manila Digger FC 1. But this evening, far from over, because we will head over to match number 3 again between Davao Aguilas UMAC and Gareli United FC. And that does it right here. This was Clara Manzano on call for this match alongside Belay Fernando. And a big thank you in behalf of Direct Francis Hopilio. Also alongside us was pitchside reporter Naj Miravalias and executive producer Sidel Tupas. Signing off from match number 2. Well, here we go. There's still one more here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, and we'll see you soon.